Again, welcome to our next session, this time on something that has not been around that long as DECT. It's about NFC, near-field communication, something that is quite young, and we can have a look on it at a very early stage. So welcome to our speaker, Colin Mulliner, on NFC. Thank you.
Hello. So tonight I'm going to talk a little bit about NFC mobile phones and the security issues of the phones and the services you can actually use with those phones. So the talk is more or less a first overview of NFC phones and the security. I will present some tools I developed. I will show you some proof of concept attacks and show you a small survey of NFC services that are actually in the field, which are not public field tests, so services you can actually use and abuse. A little bit about myself. I'm a professional researcher now. I mostly work with mobile phones, smartphones, and Wi-Fi, wireless stuff. Yeah. If you want to contact me, email address is there. So why would you be interested in NFC? Okay, NFC of course is like very new, so it's always nice to play with something new. Some mobile phone operators and public transportation companies, they actually try to push the technology so they can make their life easier and as I said before, mobile phones are really my thing, and so every new thing that happens to mobile phones, I normally take a look at it. NFC is, as you will see later, more or less RFID, and RFID is very interesting for many people, so another reason to look at it. And of course, the overall plan for the NFC community or the companies behind the NFC standard, they really want to see the NFC going into every mobile phone, and so yeah. I will first give you a short introduction of NFC, show the data formats, then I will show you what I did to analyze NFC phones and services. I will show you the services that are out there at the moment, and then I will give you some notes from my testing lab. I found some other interesting tidbits about NFC phones and what they do with, like, for example, the MyFair cards they read or write to. And then I will have some conclusions at the end. So near-field communication is proximity coupling technology like RFID. It's really based on the same ISO standard as all the MyFair stuff, the ISO 1443 standard. And the difference really between NFC and the normal just RFID cards is that you have 3 modes of operation. So a phone, like example this phone, it's really a RFID reader and writer. It can emulate cards. Or better, it actually has just a built-in card which you can talk to from the application CPU, and then you have the third mode, which is the actual NFC mode, where you can just use NFC as a bidirectional channel to talk between 2 NFC devices, for example 2 phones or a phone and some mounted device next to a door, for example. But for now I will only talk about the reader-writer modes, because these are actually the modes that are mostly used in current NFC phones and in the services that are deployed. Also, these are the modes where you yeah, where you have the most fun outside of the NFC area. So if you're just an RFID hacker, these are the modes you actually want to play with in the field. So small technology, I guess the guys earlier from the RFID talk already showed you all that, because MIFARE is in the exact same technology. So 1356 megahertz operating frequency. You have a reading range about 4 centimeters. They actually say up to 10, but I actually never managed to read like over more than 3 or 4 centimeters. Yeah, data transfer rates are pretty low. Yeah, the supported cards are all the ISO 14443A and B. These basically are the NXP stuff, MIFARE Ultralight Classic, 1 and 4K, the Desfire stuff, the Sony Felica, which is actually only used or mainly used in Japan. I don't know the other 2 card types. I never saw them. I just copied that from the standard. So if you see it somewhere, then you know it's probably some NFC-based stuff. So the general stuff, the general problem or security problem with the NFC stuff is that you don't have any link level security. So if you just are able to sniff the stuff, you can just like, sniff it, and you have the data. You can basically do man in the middle. If you can do that, you can actually modify, corrupt, or just insert the traffic on the air. It has been shown, I think, by 2 or 3 researchers in the UK. And the other things, if you deal with passive stuff, so with reader-writer mode stuff, you mostly have passive tags. So you can modify tags you find in the field, replace them, destroy them, whatever. It sounds easy, but sometimes it's a little bit harder. But yeah, I will show you some nice things there. So, just as a small introduction about the concept that the manufacturers and the NFC forum have. So the basic thing is you place tags for now at your point of service where you want to sell like a ticket or some snacks or get some information, visit some website, and then you just go there with your phone, hold it up to the tag. You don't need to touch it. Even they use the term touch to describe the user scenario, but you basically go there and hold your phone up to the tag, read the data, or the phone then hopefully reads the data and performs some action. So it's more, it's really to make it easy for the people to use it, because everybody can just take their device and hold it up to some other thing, and that's no big learning thing. So right now, what you can do with the standard phones like these is just, yeah. So I was just asked to ask the people in the back to be quiet, please, or if you're not interested, you can go outside and talk there. Thanks. With the current phones, you have some basic operations which are just supported out of the box. So you can just have like a URL stored in a tag, and you hold up your phone, and the phone just launches the web browser, loads the site, or it asks you to initiate a voice call. So you just get a small pop-up and like, yeah, do you want to call this number? You can send SMSs, can read V-cards or calendar entries. On the new phones, you can even like program an alarm for your alarm clock on the phone, change your phone ringing profiles, so silent or general, whatever. You can launch custom applications. So if an application is stored on the phone, it can say, if you see this data, please launch me and give the data to me. Or yeah, whatever other idea you come up with. So to do the things I just told you could do, there is a the NFC data exchange format, short NDEF. It's basically just a storage container format where you can store data onto arbitrary RFID tags. And the NFC stuff or the NDEF stuff defines a few data types like the URI, which could include, for example, a URL. Then you just have a text field, a text record, which is just some text and a language identifier, and the smart poster, which is a special form, which I will, special data format, which I will talk about in a second. All the standards, the stuff is standardized and available for free on the NFC Forum website. So if you want to play with it, you can just download the spec. It's not very big, and implement it. Also, you don't need to implement it because I made a nice open source implementation, which I will also talk about later. So, the smart poster is a specific format, a specific type of URL where you actually have a URL and a text record. So you can actually, instead of just displaying, for example, HTTP ://ccc.de, you can also display the text like this is the website of the Chaos Computer Club. You also have additional stuff like you can say if the phone reads a tag, we recommend that the phone immediately opens the website or just saves it for later or anything like that. You can also say, okay, this URL points to like an object of, I don't know, 5K or 6K. So maybe if you pointed to an image, so the phone knows, okay, if the size is like 500 megabytes, the phone may say, I won't open that URL because I don't have this amount of storage. And the smart poster is really one of the key cases for NFC. At least they say that because it like moves the internet like closer to your mobile phone, where you just like instead of punching in URLs in your phone by hand with like this nice 9-digit or 12 keypad, you just go to the tag and read it, and then you visit the internet or do other stuff. So that's why I took a closer look at the the smart poster stuff. So to the mobile phones. When I started, there was only this particular phone from Nokia available. It's a very simple Series 40 mobile phone with just an NFC chip added. Then I just shortly, like in November, I got the newest phone, which is a little bit nicer. It has also UMTS. But so most of the stuff I'm going to talk about is about this phone. All other companies, or like not all phone manufacturers, but the big ones like Samsung, Motorola, and I don't know, I think Sagem, they all are building NFC-enabled phones. Also, as far as I know, only the Nokia stuff is available on the free market. So yeah, that's why I got one of those. The phones are really basic Series 40 phones. They have Bluetooth, support all the standard NFC, NDEF file formats. Nokia added some nice extensions to their phones, especially for the Bluetooth stuff. And they also added some extensions to the JSR, to the Java API around NFC, so we can do really nice things with a Nokia NFC phone. So what I said before, you basically have the NFC chip in the phone,